Hey, you know what time it is? Time to chop it up with your boy Big, man. For the ones who know, we got a special guest here today, my boy Noah Dickerson. Known for playing basketball. I'm gonna let him introduce himself and let y'all know where he come from.
Oh man, shit. My name's Noah Dickerson. Shit, I was born in New Jersey, but grew up down south in Atlanta. Shit, man. I'm 27, and I'm happy to be on my man's podcast, man. Been finally get on here for a minute,
Well,
be a
that
superstar.
I appreciate you. It's finally get a chance to have this sit down. Let's get into it, man. For the ones who don't know, like where you come from, like where you from.
Shit, all right, man. So, shit, I'm from Atlanta. So when people ask me, I'm from Atlanta. I was born in New Jersey. I grew up in New Jersey for 8 years. I moved down south when I was 8. I grew up here for 16 years, and then I moved on and did a whole bunch of other stuff for basketball. But when it comes down to it, if you go on look at all my locker room and everything, when they ask you where you from, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a Georgia boy.
So no New Jersey.
Nah, hell nah. I do that shit just for fun, but hell nah, hell nah. I'm a Georgia boy.
So what was the upbringing like for you?
Shit, my upbringing. Shit, it was interesting. So as you know, they don't know, I have a twin brother, and we were both adopted at birth. So we both adopted at birth just to a single mom. Shit, she was she's amazing. She was amazing, man. She worked on Wall Street for 25 years, and when we moved down to Atlanta, she started working for Intercontinental Hotels Group and started doing all that stuff. And now she's chilling, consulting, and retired. But she, made that my brother and I have a wonderful life, and because of her, I got to be able to play basketball the way I just really worry about basketball and nothing else. And so, for that, I'm thankful. I know my life would have been way different if that shit didn't.
Most definitely. So what was it like, man? Like growing up with a twin brother, like.
Oh man. So my brother, man, said now I love him to death. Could not stand him for the first 16 years. Man. Could not. And I remember we used to share a room, like from 1 to 5, 1 to 6. We shared a room, and retrospect, like that shit was small, man. That shit was small. I wasn't fucking with it. Hell no, man. It was small. It was super small. We couldn't stand each other, man. And like the house when we lived in Atlanta, it was 3 floors, and my brother had the middle floor. I had the basement, and we didn't mix. It just didn't work out. And then and what happened was is I he went to North Atlanta with me, and then I left to go to boarding school, and then he stayed. And then I told him he's gonna start hanging out with some of my friends because niggas ain't that different. You know what I mean? So we're gonna attract the same people. And so he started hanging out with my friends, and all of a sudden he starts calling me at school. I said, "What's up, Noah? What's going on, man? I ain't talked to you in a while, man. How you been?" I said, "Oh man, I've been good, man. Why you calling me?" She just want to catch up. I'm like, damn, okay. And so like, damn, all right. And so then we just started to get close, and now we tight. I talk to him like 3 times a week. So he's driving my car, so he better like me. Um, and so, but yeah, no, I mean it's cool. It's cool. No telepathy thing. Like I can't. If he gets shot, like, I'm not feeling that shit.
God damn.
Yeah, my bad. I know. That's
So is your brother like same height as you? Like,
Oh nah. So he's 6 foot. I'm 6'8", which is a big difference. And I'm skinnier than I was. You guys remember? You remember me when I was big and bulky and all that other shit. Now I'm like 230. I'm a lot skinnier. So now I look more like him. But we don't look the same. I'm sure you might show a picture up on the podcast. We don't look the same. Man. We don't look the same.
oh, definitely. So, man, like, how did basketball come into your life? At what age basketball came about?
So I didn't start taking basketball seriously until I was like 14 years old. But the basketball was the last sport I started playing. I started playing first. I played baseball at NYO. Then I played football at NYO, which is still was my first love. And then I started playing basketball because I needed to stay in shape in the wintertime. My mom didn't want me around the house, and I was a black kid who was kind of tall.
Mm-hmm.
Grab a fucking rebound. And then what happened was is when I left my private school, which is Lovett, which is a really good football school. At the time, the head coach's brother was the head coach at Florida. He didn't last, but I mean, I don't. It's whatever. But I left that school, went to North Atlanta, and like as you know, I don't know, niggas is terrible. Niggas was trash. They hadn't won a game in years. Niggas was terrible. They were so bad. I went to out of my the year and a half there, I went to one game, and I was like, "Oh, this is stupid. This is a waste of time." Like, oh my god, you guys out there for fun? Yeah, they're out there for fun. Y'all love getting hit, but you guys ain't going out the way. It was terrible. It was so bad. My mom was like, she said, because she didn't like my mom didn't like football because she was like, "That shit dangerous." And I'm like, hell yeah, she was dangerous. Hell yeah. And she goes, and she sat there one day, sat me down. She goes, I had just after my freshman year, I made the top 100 in basketball. They don't do rankings yet after freshman year. They just gave a big, gigantic list of the best 100 guys. I made that list after my freshman year, and she goes, went to the line, she goes, "Why are you playing football no more, man? They terrible. Like, why you want to do that to yourself?" She's like, "Come on, you better than that. I raised you better than that." So I was like, you're right.
So how did you feel about like having to step away from football to jump into basketball?
At the beginning, I was pissed off because I was like, damn, I really like this sport. I really like football. But like that shit hurts, man. But really, that shit hurt. Everything hurt. Don't let nobody feel like it might not hurt in the moment, but like after the game, I broke in four. I stopped playing as a 14-year-old. Right, I have 3 toes broken from this foot. I got 2 toes broken on this foot. You know what I mean? I probably had countless concussions that I've never said nothing about. Oh no, I stopped at 14. You know what I mean? And I stopped at 14. And so I'm like, the next day, I'm 14, I could barely move. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, I don't know if I can do this, but
So thank God you got away from that.
Oh yeah.
So basketball, man, like transfer, like you said, you transferred to level to North Carolina. Like, how did
talk through it?
I'm gonna edit all that shit. So, like, how is it like transfer from Levitt to North Carolina? Like Levitt is a school like where in the cab or something.
Nah, that's just right next to the North Atlanta now.
For real?
Yeah, but like I mean, I went to the old North Atlanta the first year, and then my second year was in the new building, but it's right across the street.
Oh damn! For
so
real?
The highway right across the street. Yeah, so that part. So like, that's why it was cool. I was happy they made that move to the new building because it was closer to my house. Like it was like because my house from Lubbock was 4 minutes away. So from the new building, it was like 6 minutes away. I just had to just go around. But yeah, no, yeah. But no, it's right next to it. Yeah, it's in Buckhead.
So did you finish out at North Carolina?
Hell no, man. Hell no. So I'm gonna tell you why I left. I'm gonna tell you where. So my sophomore year, I had Coach Gaines, right? And like, yeah, Coach Gaines was crazy, but I didn't know how good I had it. And Coach Gaines, that's my dog. I still talk to Coach Gaines to this day. But they got rid of him. Coach Whitman got rid of him, the AD, and they hired this dude named Blaine Harris, man. Blaine Harris, man. And like this guy's nuts. Like he single-handedly. So the reason why I left North Atlanta, it's a long ass fucking. The reason why I left is because I was having a rough time. Basketball wise, the coach was terrible. He wanted us to run the flex offense, and if you know, that's what white private school kids run because they have no athletes, they don't have any skill, and like it makes everybody equal. And that wasn't the case with where he was at, what we were doing. We were good. And then you had an anchor with me. I had 9 college coaches come watch us hoop, like an open gym. Tell me why we ran around the track. I had 9. It wasn't the fact for me to get. I already had the offers. I didn't need that. It was for them to see some of these guys. It wasn't. It got nothing to do. We had 9, and we were running on the track. At the end of it, they're like, well, "What the hell are y'all doing?" I don't know.
So who was like? Do you remember the 9 coaches who were there? Like, were they like top D1 school?
Oh yeah.
Give me who?
Florida State, Clemson, Alabama, Georgia. When I left high school, I had like 6 or some offers. Like I had offers from everybody.
So basically, you felt like when they came, you knew they was coming for you. You felt like the coach tried to take the attention off you and put it on.
No. It wasn't even. I didn't feel like that. I already had the scholarship off. I was good from all the teams that came. It was cool. It wasn't about that. It was about hooping because they already know I can hoop. But it's like people get looked at. People all the time in the basketball get looked at because somebody's coming to see somebody and say, "Oh, look at him." I'll give you an example. I played my sophomore year. I played up in age, but I played 17 and under. And there's a guy. Do you know who Dominique Wilkins is? Of course, yeah. So his one of his sons, right? His name is Isaiah. He was playing. He's a year older than me. I was playing on his team. He ended up going to Virginia. You know the reason why Virginia found him? So Virginia was recruiting me so heavy, and then they found him because he was on my team, which is what happens to a lot of people. And like And like I wasn't cool with the fact I need them. I need the offers, but it was like it's for other people to shine as well. That's why you play basketball. They come to see. They come. College coaches come to make sure you see them. So like, oh no, we care about you. Oh, we really want you. But like, and also you never know. They also never know what they're gonna see in the gym. Also, you know what I mean. And so it's like one of those things. It's like for me, he just didn't know what he's doing. He's in my eyes, he didn't know what he's doing, and he in like the way he played and the way he talked to me, like he just didn't. He just took the love away from the game for like basketball. Because again, basketball was my first sport at the time. Football was. I just quit that. I just quit that shit. And so, so going into that year, he came in like junior year. So I was there for the first half of my junior year, and just got every single day, just got worse and worse and worse. And like he was just terrible. I barely go to practice. I would tell my mom, this shit's stupid. And again, after going to my junior, now I'm top 30. It wasn't no. I was top 30. It wasn't no. That's when I was playing up. I was giving work to everybody. It wasn't no. I was playing up an age group. That's when I was playing. You guys won't know him, but like Jalil Okafor, Cliff Alexander, that age group. Yeah, I know. He's the number one pick. He went to do giving niggas work, giving niggas work, but. But I'm talking, I had everything. And he legit made me want to quit playing basketball. Like it wasn't just him, but he took the love away from the game from me. And then what happened was my mom went out of town. My grandmother was sick, and so I didn't notice. But she had cancer a long time ago, but I didn't notice. And then it came back, and so mom went to go get her, and I didn't know how serious that shit was until like my mom's supposed to be gone for 2 days. She was gone for a month. Because like she went to fly up there and drive her down. She was gone for 2 days.
Checking on your grandma.
Yeah, no, she went to go. She flew up there, and she was driving just drive her back down to Atlanta for her to be here. I didn't know she was close to death, but like just to be down, I just knew she was sick. And so my mom left on like a Tuesday. She said I'm gonna be back Saturday. But a month later, that's how it was. Like she got sick. She got sick, and so during that month, I mean, bro, I was 16, 17, in a big ass house.
Like knowing that your mom was missing for like a month and not telling what really was going on, how did it make you feel like going into your?
Oh man, I wasn't even tripping because I was 17 in that big ass house with a Range Rover, but I was not tripping. I wasn't even thinking about none of that shit, bro. I wasn't thinking about man. If my mom knew about the shit we was doing, oh my god, man, we was living that life. And then I remember the day when she came back home, bro. I remember so when my brother went to school, so we drove home together when he was at the school. We're driving home, but there's a fire truck. Right? There's a fire truck coming down, and like you've been to my old house, like it's kind of private. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's on this one road. He made a right on the road before my road, right on you make a right, and it's one more road before you make a right on my road, and he made that right on the right. I said, "Oh, this motherfucker's going to the house. I know he is." And so I remember we pulled up to the thing, and I saw him start making a right into my street. I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then so we went up the back way, and then of course we get in, and hey guys, my grandmother's sitting right there. She's about to go to the hospital, and then like 5 days later she died. Yeah. And then that right there, and then that that fucked me because I know about death. I didn't think that that was my first real like close to me death. And again, I grew up went to private school, so that hurt me. And what fucked me up was the fact that my mom was so fucked up. You know what I mean? Because she's been the strongest person ever, so she was really fucked up.
Just to see her.
Yeah, and she was fucked up. Yeah, because I stopped going to school. Like I've been stopped. But that first semester of junior year, I had like 39 days absent. All excused though. I know what I'm doing. I'm that nigga. I know what I'm doing. It was all excused. That's why I still passed. But I stopped going to school. Shit was terrible. Like my mom wouldn't get out of bed. I wouldn't get out of bed. Shit was terrible. And then I remember one day, my mom she goes, I think she noticed how bad I was doing. And because my brother and I are two different people in terms of our emotions. And she noticed how bad I was doing. And then she knew that she couldn't help me. And so she was like, it might be time for you to get up out of here. And then going in the winter break, we started looking at schools. And then it was between Oak Hill, which is really another good boarding school, where like Ray John Rondo, Josh Smith, Dwight Howard, like a lot of them. I don't think Dwight Howard. A bunch of other pros went there, or go to Mount Verde. I picked Mount Verde, which is closer, and actually it was a better decision.
So when you made that transition from North Carolina to Mount Vernon, what was the difference? Like how did life change for you?
First off, I lived at the school. I lived at school, bro. I lived in a dorm with 3 other niggas, man.
So you was like it's basically like you said.
Oh, boarding school, man. It's boarding school. It's how you think
it's a basketball school, right?
No, it's a regular school. It's
high
a real
school.
deal. Yeah, regular high school with a really good basketball.
So how did it feel like coming from a public school to jump into a school now where you got to stay on campus, basically like preparing you for some college shit, to now like you living on school and high school got to see
that shit, man. So I tell people how it is, man. That shit's all of that shit sucked. That shit, basketball, it was the best decision for me ever. Now, socially and emotionally terrible. It was not it was socially and emotionally, it wasn't the best for me, especially in what was going on in my life at the moment. You know what I mean? Because I was running from something when I came. That's why my mom sent me, and like eventually I was gonna have to fight what I was running from. You know what I mean? Eventually with my grandmother and shit, I was gonna have to fight that shit eventually. And would I rather have done that shit at my house with my mom around me? Yeah, not by myself with a therapist that I just met. You know what I mean? Type of thing. My boy Ben, I still remember you, man. If you listen to this, but and so for that, it was for that basketball wise, it was the best thing for me because when I first got there, I got my ass kicked. But them dudes busting my ass every day. I had no idea. Hey man, I thought I knew what working was. I did not. I did not. That first like 2 months there, man. Oh man, every day, like man, it was bad. I was like, damn, maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was. Like it's real shit. That's what I really thought was. I was like, damn, maybe I'm really not as good as I really thought I was. And then started to get my groove going. So shit started to slow down for me, and I started to pick it up. My junior year, I didn't play that much. I didn't.
So did that ass whipping make you take like having the advantage at North Carolina? You know how you spoke on North Carolina with ass. So by now I'm just like you getting your ass pushed around. Did that make you feel like you missed North Carolina because you was like the big kid on the block?
Yeah, I mean because I did have a high name I did have people knew my name and I had a high standard name going in there. But I was sitting there, I said, damn, that shit didn't mean nothing. It was dog tossing me around like a rag to everybody. It wasn't no, hey man, I got him this time type shit. Like it was bad. And it didn't. North Atlanta wasn't going to prepare me, and now that I'm older, I realized North Atlanta wasn't going to prepare me for college, like how like Montverde did. Again, I got to play with my junior. I had Deangelo Russell. If you guys don't know, he plays for the Lakers now, and I had Ben Simmons on my team who plays for the Nets now. Both 1 and 2 draft picks on my team, and then my junior, all 13 dudes went high major D1. All 13 guys. All my niggas playing overseas somewhere, playing in the NBA somewhere, type of thing.
So Ben Simmons, how was it like working with Ben Simmons and like able to see him every day before he became the superstar? You know, even though he kind of get a lot of
that nigga been a superstar, man. That nigga been a superstar, man. I remember, the craziest thing. I swear to God, this happened. I swear to God. Me and him were roommates my junior year. So it was 3 of us. Me, I had the left side. He had the right side top. He had the bottom right, and then my boy Taj at the top right. And I'm sitting there, I'm playing 2K, right? He said, hey, but I'm gonna be the number 1 draft pick. I swear to God, he said this. He said, bro, I'm gonna be the number 1 draft pick. I start laughing in his face. I swear. I said, bro, man, get the fuck out of my face. What are you talking about? It's number 1 draft, bro. Hey, watch. But I remember when he did that shit, I called him immediately. I said, hey, bro, you told me, man. You did say that shit. I swear, it was within the first week of me meeting him. That's why I was like, bro, get the fuck out of my face with that. You know what I mean?
So he manifested.
Oh, but I ain't with manifest. This nigga work for that shit. That nigga, it wasn't no, he worked for that. It wasn't no, if people say all that laziness, nah, that nigga worked for that shit. He did. That nigga's nice. That nigga's, again, one of the best players I ever played with. But yeah, no, he called his shot in his junior year, and that shit went in.
So Deangelo Russel, like, what was it like being around him every day?
Shit, it was cool. That nigga was smooth, man, on the court. That nigga was smooth. That nigga smooth. He understands the game. Hella funny. Super funny. I remember that year at hella jokes. We had a bunch of guys on the team that were super funny. All them guys were cool. I wasn't as close as Ben as I was with I wasn't as close as Deangelo as I am with Ben. Still am with Ben, but he was. It was always fun being around those guys. You know, and you learn a lot. And I was happy to see him do what he did. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So coming up out of Mount Vernon, preparing like to make a commitment to college. Mm-hmm. What was your first thought when you decided you're gonna choose the school that you're gonna like? What school came about first?
Oh shit, man!
You
And
just feel like
I committed to 3 schools before I actually went to school. So when I was young, I think when I was sophomore, I committed to Georgetown. My mom wanted me to go there. There wasn't, and it was a good. I decommitted. It was good that I didn't go there because that whole shit imploded. So it was good that I didn't go there. And then I was committed to go to the University of Florida, and I was signed in. I signed signing day, signed there. I was going to go there for sure, and took my officials there. And Coach Donovan, I went to the MBS when he went to go coach OKC, and so because of that, it blew everything up. And so I got a new coach, and I just didn't feel like it
you
was gonna
fitted
be,
his system.
yeah, like it just didn't. He's only had one really good big like that, and I just didn't feel like I fit it with him. And so
So with Coach Donovan leaving, it kind of just like turned your whole mindset around for
yeah,
Florida.
yeah, and then like he left so late. He left so late that like I didn't have a bunch of choices to go from, but like. What happened was is so like after I decommitted from Florida, I only took one visit after that, and that was to Washington. The only reason why is because that last summer I had went up to Washington to go for a camp because this guy that I met when I was 13 at a camp in Kentucky, he got my Twitter, my Instagram, my number, and just hit me up and said, "Hey man, do you want to go to this Tony Roten Skills Academy in Seattle? I will buy your ticket, buy your hotel room, yada yada yada." I was like, "It's the end of the summer. My summer's done. It's a little vacation trip. Yeah, sure, I'll go." So and then my brother came with me. Tried to get QP with me too, but my mom didn't want to be like that. But and so I went out there, and so when I was out there, I met like guys like Jamal Crawford, guys like Brandon Roy, Nate Robinson, Isaiah Thomas, and I met all those guys at the camp, and then I visited the school, Washington. I said, "Oh man, it's nice as shit out here, man. Nice as hell." And then so when I decommitted from Florida, that following like after I took that little visit to the school, I committed to Florida because at the time Florida was a better fit for me. And then once Coach Donovan left and everything, I took that one visit to Washington. I took the trip to commit on the visit because I already knew this is where I wanted to play, and so I committed to Washington, and that's it. That's where I went.
So okay, with Washington. So after you decommitted from Florida, you said you decided to take Washington. So did your other like schools that was like scouting you come back around once they heard that you decommitted from Florida?
Yeah. A lot of schools did. So I remember as a coach, he was a coach at the time. He was coaching at Xavier. His name Chris Mack, and his ass. I don't exactly remember what he said, but like I just committed. Like I didn't tell nobody. I just committed. Like it wasn't. I didn't know how to tell people like, "Hey man, thank you for recruiting me," but yeah, I'm gonna go this way. I didn't know how to do that. I'm 16 years old, 17 years old. You're fine. You find out the way everybody else finds out. I didn't think it was a big deal. I remember he sent me a little sassy little message, like a little sassy little message, man, a little sassy little message. I wish I remember what it said, like I really do. I don't remember. It was enough for like if I go back and tell my mom, she'll be like, yeah, I remember that. I remember that shit. He sent me a little sassy ass little message, and when I decommitted, he came back around. I didn't even answer him because I was like, well, you're a little bitch. Like, what do you mean? I'm 16 years old, bro. 17 years old, bro. You're getting mad at me for committing, bro. I'll be fine.
So like, how did it feel? Like 16 years old, having all this attention and everything coming at you. How did it make you feel? Like you still a teenager and
Shit, on top of the world, man. That shit was nice. That shit got in my head for sure.
did you feel like those moments took your like teenage years away from you, or just like you doing something?
But and now that I'm older, yeah. Now that I'm older, yeah, I didn't do a lot of shit because of basketball, and like I understand everybody makes sacrifices for shit, but like I did not do a lot of shit because of basketball. Family reunions. I don't know my cousins. I don't. I haven't seen people in years. I haven't. I mean, you see me. I'm home every year for 3 months. Time of thing I'm going. And that's been like that forever. It's been like that for the last 10 years. So it's like I didn't get to do a lot just because of that. But like I mean, shit. It's like I got to do a lot of things a lot of people couldn't do. So it's like give and take.
So your first year at Washington, here we is going to your first year. How was it? What did you expect going into your first year at Washington?
Oh man, that shit was hard, man. Holy shit, that nigga kicked our ass, man. That first summer, man, that shit was death. Oh my god. But I've never worked so hard in my life, man. That shit was terrible. That shit, man. So we had an old Coach Romer. I love him to death. And he had 7 freshmen coming. It was 7 of us. So DeJounte Murray, as you guys know, go Atlanta Hawks. I played with him. Marquise Chris, he was top 8, number 8 drafted. He's hurt now, so he hasn't been in the league in a little bit. Matisse Thybulle, he plays for the Portland Trail Blazers. But he used to play for the Sixers. And you're not going to know anybody else, but it was 7 of us. And so he had to get us a lot of weight on us quickly and catch us up fast because he needed us to play because it was a lot of us. And so he worked the shit out of us, man, killed us. And I got lucky. My freshman, so there's a mile test, right? It's a mile test. And if you don't make the mile test, you get 2 chances. That means you have extra conditioning after every practice until like the halfway point of the season. Bullshit. And so fucking what happened is so I broke my foot my senior year of high school, and so my foot was about to break at the end of the training at the end of the summer, so I didn't have to run in my freshman year. But the time is, bro, guards gotta make it in 5:25, bigs gotta make it in 5:30. Bro, what? Bro, what? Oh my god. Well, 5:35. What? Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. And so I didn't have to run in my freshman year, thank God. But Deuce was making it. I don't think any big made it though. Not that year. I don't think any big made it.
Okay. So your first game on the NCAA floor,
In
it's
China.
a big moment. What did you expect? Like, was you nervous?
Oh hell yeah, man, hell yeah! Shit, I forgot to tell you, but I won 2 national championships at Mount Vernon High School. I won two little rings. I don't got the rings on me. I got my Washington ring, but I won 2 national championships, and like, bro, I was super nervous because our first game it wasn't in the States. It was in China. We played Texas in China, in Shanghai.
Man.
Again, a lot of shit people haven't done before. But I went to Shanghai, man. So we played Texas and Shanghai. And, over there, that shit was like 100,000 filled. Whole arena filled up. It was huge, like humongous. So many people in that hole. Like it was ridiculous. Like, oh my God, so many people. And I mean, most of them ain't never seen a black person before, so I understand. But like, it was cool, man. It was I was a freshman starter. I was 4-year starter in college. And it was a good experience, man. So I had a good game. We won the game. Had a couple good moves. I had like 12, 13 points.
Your first game ever?
Yeah, something like that, 10 points, something like that. Nothing crazy, but it was cool.
So after the first game, you was prepared for the college ball?
Yeah, I mean.
Or you still had like calm down?
Nah, I still had to. I was still finding my way. Because it was an adjustment. Because I was having good games and I have some bad games. You know what I mean? And so it's, my freshman year was like this. It was up and down the whole way. It wasn't. I couldn't just find it.
So year two.
So this is the year we had Markelle Fultz. As you guys know, that's another number 1 draft pick. Yeah, I don't know how many people could say they play with. So think about it. I play with 2 number 1 draft picks, right? Think about that. And then number 2 draft pick. That's crazy. It could be me. I might have that touch. I don't know. But nah, so my sophomore year, we had Markelle Fultz was a demon, bro. He was so good. It was sucks that we weren't that good though as a team. And it really because we were just super young. And super young, super undisciplined and whatever. But we were fun to watch though. And then my sophomore year, it was I was thinking about transferring. Actually, I was about to transfer, and because I was talking to people throughout the season about transferring, because I was like, bro, I don't like how this dude is using me, yada yada yada, and it was because we had Markelle. Markelle had the ball in his hands a lot, and I understand that's Markelle Fultz. The boy is not nasty with the ball. It just doesn't go well with me because my game, I need the ball in my hands too. It just doesn't work. And Markelle Fultz gets hurt the last like month and a half, 2 months of the season. So he's really not playing because like he don't want to fuck up his number 1 draft pick status and all that shit. So he really want to play. During that 2 months, I averaged like 22 and 12 during the month and a half, whatever it was he was out. And then it's going on into the Pac-12 tournament. I started doing, and then after the season, the coach comes to me and says, "So that he's talking to me, how you doing? Yeah, I'm good." He says, "So like, are you still going to transfer?" I go, "Nah, I'm good." I go, all my problems were solved once whatchamacallit was gone. He goes, yeah.
So basically, the tension went back on you.
It wasn't the attention. It's but the ball just got to move. Like it's just, like Markelle Fultz, the way he plays the game, like he's a really good player. But at the pros, he's really good because the ball can be in one person's hands for a long time. College basketball is more like European style. That bitch got to move a lot. Like you don't want to have one guy just to hold the ball all the time. You want to get that shit flowing and moving and moving. It's more like European style. It's not like NBA. So like it's hard to win games like that. Like that's why in college it's a lot of like look at UConn, a lot of team basketball stuff. The ball gets moved from side to side because it's just harder to guard. Now in the pros they don't do that shit, but like it is what it is.
Whatever. Yeah. So, did you do your junior year at Washington?
Yeah, I did. So after my sophomore year, my junior year, we were supposed to get Michael Porter Jr. You know Michael Porter Jr. So he plays for the Nuggets. So he played his dad was my coach my sophomore year. So he was committed to come to Washington too. Michael Porter, all his brother, and then Jalen Noel, who also was I forgot Jalen Noel, who's also a draft pick. He was supposed to come to Washington, and then he didn't. He didn't go. He didn't come because of.
Yo, I'm doing a podcast right now. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. So he never. So my coach, my sophomore, he was Jante Porter, Michael Porter, Dejan Davis, and one other person. But we had a top 2 recruiting class in the country, like top 1. We had a great recruiting class. Then they fired the coach, my coach. Which I mean, like, was it needed? I mean, man, he'd been there forever. He hasn't won in a long time. Okay, I understand. It's understandable. Then we got this new, and then I was thinking about transferring. So I took a visit to Virginia, and then in retrospect, I should have went. But like I didn't because I didn't want to sit out a year and do extra year school. But so I stayed at Washington. I would have went through. I would have really. I love Coach Bennett, all those guys like the What Virginia. But stayed at Washington, played for Coach Hop. My junior year, I had a really good junior year. I was voted first team All Pac-12. That means I was a top 5 player in the Pac-12 as a junior. A really good year. We beat number 4 Kansas in Kansas. We beat number 9 Arizona at home, and then we beat number 21 Arizona State at home. And we had a really good year.
So you felt like it was gonna be the year y'all basically get to the big dance?
Yeah, get to the tournament, shit like that. We lost to fucking Cal like in like February, and we didn't make it. We should have made it because we beat everybody. We beat so many.
Yeah, y'all beat some,
right, that's what I'm saying. You hearing it back. It's like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Y'all make it like, yeah, we had a great year, but we didn't make it.
So y'all didn't make the tournament.
Not my junior year, and then my senior, we made again. But my junior year, I was all everything. First team All Pac. I was living on top of the world.
So then we get your
my senior year, and then my senior year, it was I had a solid year. It wasn't like crazy. It wasn't. Dudes took me out the game. It wasn't. I was fighting doubles and triples the whole year. Like it wasn't. I had good games, but like it was real. It was just boom. And man, I still play. We got still 12, and I still have a good year. Still had a really good year, but I didn't get the shots that I wanted just because how people played me. And man, shit didn't matter. We went to the dance. We went to the tournament. We played the first game. We played Utah State. We won that game. I was the player of the game. So, and then the next game we played UNC, and then they beat us by like 12.
Crazy. So what round was this?
That was that was second. We were second round.
Second round.
Yeah. So I mean, I made it though. Most niggas ain't make it.
So here we go. Your senior year. So now you preparing for the draft. Like how does it go? Like your preparation. What was you doing preparing for the draft?
Shit, man. All right. So I have signed with this agent based out of LA. So after I took an extra class in the summertime, so I could we're in quarters at UW, so we did 3 months for classes. So like in March is the end of the quarter, and so during that time I left. Like I was done with school. I got finished because I finished that class early, so I left and I went down to LA. There's a trainer down there called Chris Johnson. He's a really good NBA trainer, and I worked with him for like 2-3 months, something like that, straight. But like twice or 2 days, man. Like shit was nuts. But I lost like 45 pounds in like a month and a half. A month.
Damn.
Yeah. Just working on my game. This is when I was hanging out with Ben. So me and Ben had the same trainer. So me and Ben, I started working out with him, and it would be me, Chris, and Ben. And we started working out together like that. And it was cool, man. Shit, living in LA was fun too. I ain't never lived in LA. I just only came to visit. It's just mad expensive though, but it was cool. It was fun.
So, like, draft day come, and how did it? Like, how did you get drafted?
Hell no, hell no. I wish I did.
So, how did it make you feel not hearing your name called?
But I'm not tripping. The way the NBA is played now, like they don't play my game of basketball. It is what it is. Like when we was kids, we had Zach Randolph. And when my high school was my comp, man, but I played just like him. I was just way more athletic. But and that's how I modeled my game. And then like I didn't know, did anybody know the NBA was going to take this route and go which way with the tall, everybody guards every type of thing? No, I didn't think that nobody would do that shit, but they did.
So when you didn't get drafted, so what was next for you? Like, what do you feel
life
was going next?
So I knew I was going overseas. To waiting to see where I was gonna go play overseas for my first year, and it was Israel. I went to Israel, and that was shit. That was cool, man. That was just solid. Food was amazing, bro. Food was so good. Food was to die for. Food was to die for. I'll go back for the food. Oh my bad. My bad. Shit was good, bro. Shit was good. It was cool. It was fun. It was cool. I won't think I really go back, but I I was there September to like February, something like that. And then, cause that was my rookie year, so COVID happened, and so COVID kind of shut everything down. And so
basically, with COVID coming, like, how did that experience kind of miss everything? Like,
oh, bro, it fucked the money up, man, for everybody. Like every league is hurting. Like overseas, like most the leagues aren't making the same money. Like everybody's paying way less because they don't have the same sponsors. People aren't making the same money, and like that's life. COVID fucked up a lot of things for a lot of basketball players.
So when you finally got the opportunity to play ball overseas, like, what was it like? What was kind of felt different from American ball to international ball?
Oh, they let them niggas kill you. They let them niggas kill you, bro. They be out there, man. Look, they let them motherfuckers do whatever they want to. And then and like that's really it, bro. It's really hella more physical. It's super more physical, and if you can combat the physicalness, then it's whatever. It's just the same thing. And like me, I can combat the physicalness, and I'm still more athletic than you. So it's like it's cool. Like it's cool, but it's more brain associated with playing ball over there than
so it's more thinking.
Yeah, it's way exactly. Then in the States here, it's all athleticism, run and jump, run and jump, run and jump. That's not how that shit going.
So basically, like, over there, like once you get the midst of the mindset,
yeah, exactly. Like this year when I was playing the Netherlands, I scored a lot just because. Hey man, I knew screen. I knew okay. So if the dude that's guarding me does this, that means the help has to come from all the way over there. So if I stand right here, that's a long ass run for him to get to me. I scored a lot of points like that, like just because knowing how defenses rotate and just knowing, oh, man, if I stand right here, he's not gonna get there in time, type of thing. And so that's like that's overseas. That's how it is a lot, and you can do it in NBA. It's a little different. It's a lot different. Way more space to be gathered. It's a lot more running and jumping, fast paced. The way they want it.
How many teams you play for overseas?
Shit, 5 teams. 5 teams. So I played in my first year. I was in Israel. Second year I was in Germany. Third year I was in England. Fourth year I was in Switzerland. And this year I was in Netherlands.
So how many countries have you been to?
Like overall? Like in my whole life?
Yeah.
My whole shit, nigga. Shit everywhere. I've been to Panama, DR, Bahamas, China, Australia, New Zealand, Israel, Germany, England, Spain, France, Switzerland, Canada, Dominican Republic, Turkey, and that's it.
So let me ask you, what was your favorite place to play basketball?
Favorite place to play?
Favorite country to play basketball in?
But I mean, like basketball, the actual basketball part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd probably say I can't stand my coach, but like probably the Netherlands. It was that's probably This last year was probably the most fun I had with a team since college. Like real shit.
So
like,
that's the currency you with now?
Yeah, more that I was with last year. I'm not like my contract's only for 1 year, so I'm done now. But this where I came from, yeah.
So you done
Yeah,
officially?
I'm done. So I'm I'm checking my phone every day for my agent to tell me, hey man, this team offered you a contract. You want to play here or not? I'm sitting there waiting.
So if you can stay in one of these countries you experience, what country would it be?
Out of the countries that I played in already, uh, it would go probably Germany because probably
Why
Germany
Germany?
because they when you get to the first league Germany, but they be paying like 50, 60K like a month. Like that's like there's only a couple leagues that maintain the money that they was staying at: Germany, France, Italy, and then of Asia. And so like those are highest paying leagues. So that's why you want to. That's why you like.
How do you feel about basketball in today's time? NBA.
NBA. I mean, like, so I coach. I don't know if you know. I coach. Like, I coach. I don't know if you know what Nike EYBL is, but it's like the Elite Youth Basketball League. I played in the league when I was a kid. This is the best of the best playing. The best players play in this league. It's not the best. Everybody good plays in this league. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But and so that's why we had so many number one draft picks. Cooper Flag, have you heard of that name?
No.
Bro, you seen it, bro. Man, when we done, I'm gonna show you this white boy, bro. This nasty ass white boy, man. I swear to God. Oh my God. He calls him Mount Vert. Nasty, bro. He's going to do next year. Nasty, man. But like everybody plays in this league. So I coach a team. And like, so last year I was here all year because I hurt my back in Switzerland. So I came more early so I could coach the whole year. And like, man, like the state of basketball. It's not. I don't necessarily. I don't think we're teaching the kids the right shit. Me personally, at all. After going overseas and seeing what they teach the teach their young kids, seeing what we teach our young kids, motherfuckers can't even. But I watch kids every single time do a move travel in a game. They just don't call it. You know what I mean? It's like little stuff like that. Dudes don't know footwork. People don't understand how to like the game of basketball. They just know how to run, jump, and shoot. That's all they teach them. Like and so like I don't like that. Like I don't think that's the right way to teach people. And like that's why when I coach, I don't teach people that shit. I teach people the whole game because that's what's going to help them later on in life.
Okay. So with today's college basketball, it's like now you get a lot of NIL deals and a lot of
my stomach.
It's like a lot of money being floated around, and now you got some coming about where they're coming with that. The schools can now
Yeah, I know that.
start paying athletes.
So
how do you feel like
bro,
this?
I was 1 year away. I was 1 year away. I was first team all Pac-12. You know how much money I would have been fucking making?
So how you feel about with this coming? How do you feel like this is going to affect the NBA if they approve?
But I'm happy for it because a lot of them, if you see a lot of the national player of the years, they don't even play in the NBA. They're like big men like me. They don't put. That's just not what they use the NBA for. It's just not. So like, I would tell dudes, but stay in college as long as you want to, man. Because like again, if I got the NIL with my years in college, I wouldn't be playing overseas. I'd be done. I'd be go buy my little farmhouse and I'd be figuring out what the fuck I was doing.
So do you feel like a lot of athletes is going to like shit? Forget NBA. Like I don't want to go to if they approve this deal where the school can pay the players.
They already did. It already got approved.
Oh, it got approved?
Oh, yeah, it's already done.
So do you feel like it's going to stop a lot of players
from taking that next step? Yeah. I mean, not stopping, but it's like, but foregoing it, because it's like, because for the most part, all right, second round draft picks, but I'm making, it's not guaranteed like 50, 60, 50, 40 to 100, maybe, not non-guaranteed, maybe. But, you sign for 100K for college, that shit's tax free. You get that shit in cash, man. You can get that shit per month, or you get that shit with one fucking check. Yeah, man, not stay in college.
So it's gonna be like more or less years going into the NBA, like playing.
Yeah, like people gonna stay. Yeah, because and like the thing about it is NBA don't like that shit. NBA want young. They want young and cheap, they want young and cheap. That's what their motto is. You pay the stars a lot, get some solid draftees, and they want young and cheap.
So now just like players coming out of college are gonna be making like over $1 million going to 10 million. I basically already living the lifestyle that they think they was praying for when they got to the NBA. Yeah, like I'm already seeing what you saying.
Yeah,
like basically that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But there was a court case that just got settled. It's like $2.4 billion is supposed to be distributed to athletes from 2016 to present day. So I'm gonna get some of that. Bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's settlement. So like, I'm gonna get something. It's for damages. So like, I'm gonna get. I don't know how much. I think it's distributed equally. So I don't know how that shit exactly works. But like I'm gonna get some bread. Like I don't think it's gonna be
Yeah,
that
2.8 billion. That's a
yeah,
lot of
so
money.
yeah, it's gonna be in the
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gonna be in the, I'm a, since 2016. So I know some of the GAs, some grad I had, they're pissed off because they're like, damn man, I just fucking missed it. I just missed the mark. I just missed
Yeah,
the mark.
that's crazy. So, like, okay, like, so what can we expect from you, like, in the future? Like, can we expect, like, for Noah?
Shit, man. Shit. Do better every day, man. Shit. I don't know, man. That's a good question. That's a good. Probably see me somewhere, maybe somewhere in Asia this year. This year playing. In terms in the States, man, shit, I haven't even started my life in the States yet. Honestly, God, I'll be gone so much. But in the future, that's aggressive, man. I never thought about that. That's a great question. In the future year, I don't know. I was so this past year it was so mentally draining and like physically draining. I haven't even thought about what I was gonna do this upcoming in the future. Good question.
But if so, I appreciate you for chopping it up with me, sitting down. Definitely appreciate that.